Greg Brockman is already publicly talking about a new base for upcoming OpenAI models. The Wall Street Journal says OpenAI was within weeks of finishing work on a model codenamed SPUD while redirecting compute toward coding products. And Reuters says the company is cutting back other ambitions and tightening its focus around coding, enterprise, and a more integrated product future. That is why this matters. Because on its own, SPUD sounds like a joke, a weird code name, a rumor cycle snack. But put those signals together, and it stops looking small. Now it looks like something much bigger. Not just another release, not just another variant, but a possible new foundation under whatever OpenAI wants to build next. And that raises the real question. Why would OpenAI need a new foundational run now? When GPT 5.4 is already out, when the company is already pushing harder into coding and practical work, and when pressure is already building around Anthropic's Mythos and whatever xAI does next with Grok, OpenAI officially released GPT 5.4 and GPT 5.4 Mini Nano in March. Anthropic acknowledged testing Mythos as a step change, and xAI's public model docs currently anchor on Grok 420 as the listed flagship. That is why this is not really a codename story. It is a pressure story, a priority story, and maybe the first real clue to what OpenAI thinks the next phase of the AI race actually requires. Because by the end of this, the real question may not be whether SPUD exists. The real question may be, how big does OpenAI think its next foundational move has to be? Let's start with what is actually solid. SPUD does not look like a normal public OpenAI launch. There is no clean OpenAI page saying, here it is, here are the specs, here are the benchmarks, here is the release date. What we have instead are three signals lining up in a very unusual way. First, Brockman is publicly describing SPUD not like a minor update, but like a new base and a new pre-train. Second, the Wall Street Journal says OpenAI was close to finishing work on a model codenamed SPUD while needing to free up more compute for coding products. Third, Reuters says OpenAI is sharpening focus, cutting back side bets like Sora, and pushing harder toward Codex, enterprise products, and a more unified tool stack. That combination is exactly what makes this more interesting than a normal leak, because if SPUD were just another small tweak, none of that surrounding behavior would feel this important. But if SPUD is genuinely a new base, then suddenly this stops looking like a release rumor and starts looking like a deeper structural move. The question is no longer, what version number is this? The question is, what is OpenAI rebuilding underneath itself? Because that is what a new base implies. Not a cosmetic refresh, not a side feature, not just another benchmark push, a deeper layer. A layer that could sit under whatever OpenAI wants its next generation of models and products to become. And that leads straight into the strangest part of the story. Why now? Why would OpenAI need a new foundational run now when GPT 5.4 is already shipped? That is the contradiction at the center of this whole thing, because GPT 5.4 was not positioned like some throwaway interim update. OpenAI presented it as its most capable and efficient frontier model for professional work, with gains in computer use, spreadsheets, and other practical workflows. It also released GPT 5.4 Mini and Nano for faster and cheaper coding and sub-agent use cases. So if that current layer is already out in the world, why does a new base story seem to be showing up already? Because the easy move would be obvious. Keep extending GPT 5.4, keep shipping variants, keep layering more tools on top, keep squeezing more value out of the current generation. That would be the safer path. So if a deeper foundational run is really happening now, then the implication is serious. It suggests OpenAI may already believe that the next phase cannot be carried just by stretching the current layer a little further. It may require something deeper, a stronger underlying engine, a new training run, a new base. And once you connect that to Reuters reporting, the timing starts to look even more meaningful. Because Reuters is not describing a company casually experimenting in every direction. It is describing a company that is narrowing focus, cutting side bets, and pushing harder into the areas it thinks matter most next. Coding, enterprise, integrated tools, and a broader super app-style future. Because now SPUD does not just look like the next model. It starts to look like a clue that OpenAI may already be reorganizing around the next thing it thinks actually matters. Not just a smarter chatbot, not just a prettier demo, but a stronger base for useful work. And this is where outside pressure starts mattering, because OpenAI is not moving into a quiet market. Anthropic now has Mythos building serious capability pressure. Anthropic acknowledged testing it after a leak, called it a step change in performance, and described it as the most capable model it has built so far. Then there is xAI, and here the pressure works differently. The market is clearly waiting for the next major Grok jump. But xAI's public docs still center on Grok 420 as the newest flagship model. So the hype around what comes next is real, but the official clarity around the next step is still much thinner than the anticipation around it. So now you have three different kinds of pressure landing on the same market at the same time. With Mythos, you have capability pressure. With the next Grok move, you have hype pressure. And with SPUD, you may be looking at foundation pressure. Mythos pressures OpenAI on capability. Grok pressures OpenAI on narrative. SPUD pressures OpenAI on foundation. That last category may be the most important, because what makes SPUD unusual is not that we already have the cleanest leaked spec sheet. We do not. What makes SPUD unusual is that it may already matter before the specs are fully visible. And that brings us to the twist. The more you look at the surrounding signals, the less SPUD looks like a story about one model name. And the more it looks like a story about what OpenAI is trying to build around that model. SPUD may matter less as a label. It may matter more as proof that OpenAI is rebuilding around a much larger work stack future. Because Reuters is not describing a company that is just randomly experimenting with everything at once. It is describing a company under pressure to sharpen focus around Codex, enterprise tools, integrated user workflows, and a broader super app-style direction that brings ChatGPT, Codex, and other tools together. Reuters also reports that OpenAI is cutting back or shutting down other ambitious bets, including Sora, as part of that refocus. Because once you put that next to Brockman talking about SPUD as a new base, the story stops looking like OpenAI may have another model coming, and starts looking like this. OpenAI may be rebuilding the layer underneath the product stack it wants to become next. That is a much bigger story. Because now SPUD is not just competing with Mythos on raw capability expectations. And it is not just sitting next to Grok as another headline in the model race. It may be serving a different role entirely. It may be the base layer OpenAI wants under a future where coding tools, work agents, documents, search, and practical task execution all start feeling like parts of one more coherent system. That is an inference from Reuters reporting and OpenAI's public product direction, not an officially published SPUD feature list. And that is where this stops being a rumor story, because now the cost of the move starts showing up. A new base is not the kind of thing a lab pursues casually. A new base means more compute, more internal focus, more trade-offs, and usually more sacrificed alternatives. The Wall Street Journal described a company that was close to finishing work on SPUD while also redirecting compute toward coding products. And Reuters makes the sacrifice side even sharper by describing cuts or pullbacks around side bets like Sora, while OpenAI tightens around coding, enterprise products, and a broader integrated work stack future. Because once OpenAI starts cutting other bets, SPUD stops sounding like a code name and starts sounding like a priority. That adds a real price tag to the whole story. If OpenAI is willing to pull back on one of its flashier bets while pushing harder into Codex, workflow tools, and a more unified product direction, then SPUD starts to look less like a random future release and more like part of a deliberate internal concentration of power. And this is where a lot of AI coverage goes wrong. People start dumping every leak, every rumor, every giant capability claim, and every speculative release expectation into the same pile. Once that happens, the story gets louder, but weaker. So the cleanest way to handle this is to separate the whole picture into 3 layers. What looks firm, what looks plausible, and what still looks mostly like projection. What looks firm is not that we have a perfect SPUD spec sheet. We do not. What looks firm is the surrounding pattern. Brockman is publicly talking about a new base and a new pre-train. WSJ says OpenAI was close to finishing work on SPUD while shifting compute. Reuters says the company is sharpening around coding, enterprise, integrated tools, and a more focused next stage while cutting back other ambitions. That pattern is real. Mythos is also a firm pressure signal because Anthropic acknowledged testing it and described it as a step change. With Grok, the inverse is true. The expectation is real, but official public clarity is still thinner than the hype. It is plausible that SPUD is not a minor branch or narrow feature model. It is plausible that this is a deeper foundational move. A new training run, a new base, a reset underneath the next visible layer. Because the Brockman framing, the compute story, and the broader OpenAI refocus all point in the same direction. Now we get to the dangerous layer, projection. This is where people start acting like they already know exact sizes, exact benchmark rankings, exact release timing, and exact future dominance stories for models that are not even cleanly public yet. And that may be the real reason the missing specs matter less than people think, because the behavior around SPUD is already telling a bigger story. So I do not think the smartest comparison here is, which one has the biggest rumored number? I think the smarter comparison is, which kind of pressure does each one create? Because if SPUD is really a new base, then its significance is not just about whether one benchmark ends up higher than another. Its significance is about whether OpenAI believes the next phase of the market requires rebuilding from a deeper layer. And that brings us to the real late-stage question. How big does SPUD have to feel for the market to treat it as a true OpenAI reset? Because that is the standard now. A few years ago, it was enough for a model to feel smarter, faster, or more polished. Now the market expects bigger things. Not just better chat, not just nicer demos, not just one benchmark win. It expects a move that feels like it changes what AI can actually do next. So what would big enough actually mean? I think there are 3 layers to that. The first is capability. If SPUD is a true new base, then the market will expect it to unlock more than just a small reasoning improvement. People will expect stronger coding, stronger agent behavior, stronger long-horizon task execution, and more reliable practical work, because that is already the direction OpenAI has publicly been pushing with GPT 5.4 and its smaller variants. The second is coherence. A model can be powerful on paper and still fail to feel like a true market reset if it does not make the overall product stack feel more unified. If SPUD is the next real base, people will look for signs that OpenAI's coding layer, agent layer, document layer, search layer, and practical workflow layer all start feeling more connected. This is an inference from Reuters reporting on a more integrated tool stack and super app strategy. And the third is psychological impact. The next big OpenAI step does not just need to be strong, it needs to feel undeniable. It needs to feel like one of those moments where the market stops asking, is OpenAI still leading? And starts asking, okay, so this is where the next phase is going. Because this is not just a benchmark race anymore, it is a direction race, a confidence race, a who still looks like they know what the next layer should be race. That is why I think the most useful way to compare SPUD with Mythos and the next Grok is not through fake certainty. It is through what kind of win each one is pressuring the market to deliver. Mythos pressures the market to deliver a more obvious capability leap. The next Grok pressures the market to deliver a more obvious headline leap. But SPUD, if it is really a new foundation, may need to deliver something even harder, a more obvious directional leap. A leap that says, this is not just a stronger model. This is the base for what OpenAI wants AI to become next. And that is why SPUD matters. If the signals are pointing in the right direction, then SPUD is not just another OpenAI release waiting in the wings. It is a clue. A clue that OpenAI may already believe the next stage cannot be carried just by stretching the current model layer a little further. It may need a new base, a new reset, a deeper rebuild underneath the visible products. And once you look at the rest of the market, that interpretation starts to make even more sense. Anthropic is raising pressure around raw capability with Mythos. XAI still has the market watching for whatever its next major Grok leap turns out to be. And OpenAI is already publicly pushing GPT 5.4, mini, nano, coding, and practical work products hard enough that a new foundational run would only make sense if the company thinks the next layer has to do more than just look slightly better. The race is getting less forgiving. It is no longer enough to just look smart. It is no longer enough to win one benchmark screenshot. It is no longer enough to feel like the most viral lab on a given week. Now the real question is, who is building the model layer that can actually support the next generation of useful AI products, agents, coding systems, and practical work? And that is why I think SPUD is such an unusually important story even before we have a polished spec sheet, because it points to the possibility that OpenAI itself thinks the next serious step has to happen lower down, at the base, at the pre-train, at the foundation that everything else depends on. And if that is true, then this is not really a story about one codename. It is a story about what OpenAI thinks the next era of AI will require. More capability? Yes. More product usefulness? Yes. More coherence across the stack? Probably. But above all, a stronger underlying layer that makes the next generation feel truly different instead of just incrementally better. So no, the most important question may not be whether SPUD is real, and it may not even be whether one leaked number turns out to be bigger than another. The most important question may be this: is SPUD the sign that OpenAI is already rebuilding for the next phase of the AI race? Because if it is, then this is not just another model rumor. It is the first visible crack in the surface of whatever OpenAI thinks has to come after the current generation. And if that is true, then the next big OpenAI story may not be a cleaner chatbot, a prettier demo, or a slightly better benchmark. It may be the moment the company shows what kind of foundation it believes the next era of AI actually needs. And in a market already heating up around Mythos, around the next Grok expectations, and around a much tougher fight for direction, that could end up mattering a lot more than people realize.